The future of high street commercial units, repurposing strategies. Remember when high streets were buzzing? You'd nip into Boots, grab a cheeky Greg's sausage roll, maybe pop into Debenhams, RIP, just to browse and somehow leave 80 pounds lighter. Fast forward to now, half the shutters are down, to let, signs are breeding like rabbits, and the energy, it's, well, a bit limp. So what's next? Are we just going to let high streets fade into TikTok nostalgia? Nope. Here's what's really happening and what could be next. The big shift, and no, it's not just online shopping's fault. Let's bust a myth. Online shopping didn't kill the high street. It wounded it, sure, but what's really bleeding out is relevance. If your town center looks the same as it did in 2006, you're already behind. People want experiences, community, flexibility. A few years back, I had a listing. Ex-British Heart Foundation shop in East London, proper prime spot. No bites for 3 months. Dead. Then a startup approached me with an idea. Artisan shared bakery and co-working cafe. Sounded mental. They signed a 5-year lease. Within a year, queues round the block on Sundays. From retail rows to urban playgrounds, we're seeing former retail spaces reborn as wellness hubs. Yoga studios, therapy spaces, salt caves. Yes, actual caves with salt. Pop-up ecosystems. Flexible leases for seasonal stores, art galleries, indie markets. Hybrid units. A pet groomer/cafe? It's a thing. A bike shop with a podcast studio? Also a thing. There's this unit in Cheltenham. Used to be a car phone warehouse. Now, half plant shock, half Prosecco bar. Don't ask me how it works, but it does. Their Insta is... I had a client in Surrey. He owned 2 adjacent retail units that had sat empty for 18 months. We converted them into 4 tidy flats under Class MA. He got full occupancy within 3 weeks of listing. Net yield? Over 8%. Not bad for what was once a sad, empty phone shop. But heads up, councils are catching on. Some are slapping on Article 4 directions to stop the flood of resi conversions. Know your local planning game. It's changing fast. The resi temptation. But at what cost? It's tempting to convert everything into flats, right? Quick profit, steady demand. But here's the kicker. Do we really want hollowed-out town centers full of windows and no shop fronts? Mixed use is the sweet spot. Ground floor? Let it breathe with community life, cafes, clinics, even micro schools. Upstairs? Go wild with apartments, studios, or even live workspaces. Remember, life happens at street level. Lose that. And we're just building ghost towns with better insulation. Community-led models, yep, they're real and growing. In Bristol, I came across a local group that crowdfunded to take over a former chain chemist. Now it's a community-owned food co-op with a craft room upstairs and free business mentoring sessions on Saturdays. It runs better than some private lettings I've seen. This model's catching on. If landlords get behind it, with flexible leases, fair rents, maybe even partnerships, it could redefine local economies. So, what should you be doing if you own a unit? Think flexibly. Short leases, rolling contracts, rent-free periods. Yes, it's riskier, but it gets bodies in the space. Movement begets interest. Look beyond retail. Consider fitness, culture, education. Even podcast studios are taking off. Engage with planners. Don't fear them. Know them. They can be surprisingly open if your vision benefits the community. Join forces. Split units, sublet, JV with creatives or charities. Fill the space with purpose, not just tenants. Future-proof your stock. Good broadband, sustainable features, modular interiors. Trust me, the next-gen tenants care. Final thought? Don't wait for a perfect tenant. I've had landlords hold out for chains for years. Spoiler alert, they're not coming back like before. The future isn't one big anchor store. It's 100 little anchors pulling in their own crowd. Honestly, I think this is the most exciting time to be in commercial property. Yes, it's unpredictable, a bit messy, a bit wild, but that's exactly where the magic happens. Would love to hear your thoughts, especially if you've tried something a bit bonkers that actually worked.